Californians for Trump campaign.
Okay. And you live in Tulare County?
I do. I live in Tulare County. I drove 5 hours to make the event.
Okay, great. What sort of things went through your mind when all this was going on?
Well, I have got some back history. The Berkeley College Republicans were the first to endorse Mr. Trump. And so since I have a relationship with them, and they're kind of like their room mother in a sense, because they get spat on, they get harassed, they get tormented on a daily basis there that not many people cover. And this event was a big deal for them, and for the freedom of speech, and I never thought, being a California was a Democrat, and my mother worked for Democratic campaigns and so forth, and I voted for Obama the first time. I never see where this is coming from. The Democratic Party. I mean, or what I saw last night. It just shocks me. It absolutely shocks me.
Say that again. What you saw last night?
What I saw last night was a riot. It's not a protest. It was a riot. There were people throwing rocks. There were people throwing lit objects. They were trying to take the barricades and break windows. That is a riot. When people can't leave, we were stuck in a parking garage. We called for help for the police. They never came for us. They had barricaded us into that parking garage. They had put a dumpster in front of it and 2 barricades. They weren't letting anybody out. And we tried once, and they wouldn't let us go. And we went back into the parking garage to try to figure out how we were going to get out of the parking garage. That was a pretty tense time, pretty scary moment. What I ended up doing was I had grabbed a flyer from the protesters, from the protesters, and I put it on my dashboard. And at that point, they believed that we were one of them. And at that point, we were let go. They let us go. They moved the dumpster. They were very nice. Oh, we'll help you, ma'am. We're going to help you get out, And they had no idea that we were Trump supporters, and they were literally not letting people leave the parking garage. It was very scary, very scary.
What do you think about the Berkeley police, the way they handled it?
Again, I was at the San Jose rally, and I had the same kind of things that I saw, because inside that building we had SWAT teams and you name it inside there. They could have handled that crowd. When those things were hitting the second story, and I could see the flames hitting, coming off, and I thought something was big on fire down there, and we're stuck in this building, and I didn't understand why they weren't they were equipped to be able to shoot rubber bullets or what have you. They really didn't do anything, and I thought we were sitting ducks at that point. I really did. I was concerned, and also concerned too, because I was wondering when the fire department was going to come to put that huge fire out, because where we could see the flames on the second story where we were held up. And I overheard them say that the firemen can't get to the fire, so they just let it go,
So the police were there. They could have acted. You felt like you were not being protected.
I mean, protect in a sense that they were letting them get away with what they were getting away with. I mean, they could have used water hoses, or they could have, used something to beat back that crowd. And those guys, I mean, these guys had baseball bats in their backpacks. I saw many with baseball weapons. What were they doing about it? I didn't see them take them down or take them away. And I'm just blown away that today there was only 1 arrest. Are you kidding me? Just what I saw alone? The jail should be full of, I saw people get punched. I mean, some of the footage with getting pepper sprayed, the stuff that I saw, that was not a protest. That is a riot.
One of the, I guess, defenses of their tactic is property crime is stuff that they might decide to just let happen. If people were in danger, then they would step in, and that's one of the tactics maybe that there was also in San Jose. But it's never black and white. Things happen. But anyway, that's one justification, that a lot of this was just property crime.
I saw people being picked off in that crowd and being spun around and punched and you name it. So no, I understand that the property crime, but lives over property, and I didn't see them helping to help those people that were stuck outside and getting pelted with paint and rocks and you name it. Stuff that I saw was horrific. It was horrific. It was horrible. It was a riot. It felt like a war zone. It absolutely felt like a war zone.
You personally, did you feel like you were, trapped?
Yes, there were several times when I thought, well, maybe this is how this is going to end because, we had to get behind.
You felt your life was in danger.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So many protesters out there with.
Well, let me get a little closer. Just go into why you felt your life was. First of all, say that if it's true. I don't want to put words in your mouth.
No.
But just state the fact and then back it up with why you felt that way.
Well, why I felt several times when I felt that potentially my life was in danger. They were throwing lit objects. They were picking up barricades. They were trying to breach that front door. If they would have got in, God only knows what they would have done. They thought Milo was still in the building. He was long gone. And they were out for blood. And again, when we had to move into an area to sit there and be safe, we had to move a couple different times. And again, in that parking garage, I cannot tell you, when we're trying to get out of that parking garage and they're not letting us out, and there was two maintenance people there, and I asked them nice, could you please help us get them to move the barricade? They didn't. We were there by ourselves down there, trying to sit there and get out. I mean, it was only, it's like I said, thank God for that flyer, because otherwise I don't know what would have happened. That was our e-ticket. That got us out of that situation.
How long were you in the garage?
Oh, probably. I placed a call to the police department. They said that they do the best they could. I said, we're by ourselves. We need help. We can't get out. They've blocked it. And they said, well, we'll do our best. And then they took my phone number down. They said, we'll call you when we can get to you. And I never got a call back.
What's your comment on kind of the overall atmosphere of the country, and this is sort of a.
I think we need to come together. I mean, enough is enough. And what blows me away is that UC Berkeley is known for freedom of speech, and never would I ever think that would go down at a campus that is for freedom of speech. I'm still blown away and shocked by that. I mean, we really need to come together. We have a president, and it's time to sit there and come together and stop this. What I would like to see is I'd love to see Milo debate one of the Democrats or another person. Now, and he's more than willing to do that. And I would love to see that, to start coming together.
Okay. Anything else do you want to say?
No, I think that the Berkeley College Republicans, I think they get harassed. They've been tormented this whole time. I feel for those kids. I mean, they are in the belly of the beast there, and they're fighting like hell on that campus. And I want to help them, and they need to have freedom of speech. There should be conservative speakers there. It's a college, for God's sakes. Mm-hmm. I mean, this is where you learn about who you are. What I saw is an indoctrination of what's going down with that campus.
Well, there's always, there's a lot of students that were protesting. From what I hear, some of the other news crews that were there, that there was a, the students who were protesting, and then this other group that came in that wasn't really, Berkeley students or anything like that.
Well, there was, like I said, the Berkeley students, they were mad dog weeks ago. Some of those groups on campus put out their information, their personal information, and labeled them with names and all that. So and they get spit on, they get harassed, they're tormented. Ask the school what they do for the Republicans that are being on campus, that are being tormented. Where's their safe space?
Yeah.
They have done complaints to the school.
When you went there, were you expecting this? I mean, it's almost predictable given the fringe elements that are out there. I mean, Berkeley is one thing. Berkeley let him come. I mean, or not let him come, but facilitated.
He was invited, and as they should be. They should be. I want to see all of people speak.
So the university couldn't stop that. Or,
No, they shouldn't
even
stop.
if,
They
but they
shouldn't
knew
stop
they.
it.
I think they knew something might happen.
They shouldn't stop it. That's the problem, and people need to come together and ensure that conservative speakers do attend, do go to Berkeley. I mean, that is horrible. Where's our freedom of speech in this? Where is our freedom of speech nowadays?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what I saw was a war zone. I couldn't believe it was America. I think I said that several times. I could not believe that this was America, and it's just words. It's just
Stay
words.
right there. I'm gonna get a couple of
Can I
cutaways.
interrupt while you're
Yes.
talking? I think you need to mention that. Oh God, why do I do this? Whenever they
Can I get my
instead of
drink?
canceling the event, they should bring out bigger military. They should have consequence and do what it takes to protect the people for free speech, no matter what. Because taking away that opportunity is going to affect America in all ways. Because you can bet your ass that I'm not going to allow people to talk in their freedom if I can't. It's going to
I'm
create.
getting a picture of your shirt there.
It's going to keep creating divide if the military or our law enforcement isn't able to enforce
Well,
the
what do
law.
you think? Should they have upped the ante, started breaking?
I think
The cops should have
they should have protected human life. That's what I expect. They should have protected human life. What I saw was out of control. They were unruly. They were picking off people. They were punching them. They were lighting things on fire. They were picking up barricades, trying to break into that building. And God only knows what they would have done if they were to get in. I shudder to think about what it is, and I find it unbelievable that there was only one arrest. I mean, they should have been,
Did you go to the inauguration?
Yes.
Is that where your shirt came
Yes.
from? Okay. What it says? What I was there?
I was there, absolutely.
Yeah. Let's see. Uncover that section. Here we go. Okay.
Infallible matte gloss from L'Oreal. The Pro Matte Sensation. Intense color, ultra matte finish. Feels so velvety soft. High impact
All right.
matte color
I think
that
that's all we
lasts.
need. If there's anything else you need to say.
I think that's it.
Okay.
No.
How about the video? You said you shot some video, or you have some video?
I have it, yeah.
Is it on your phone or?
It's on YouTube now, but it's a private link,
Okay.
so you have to have the link. Set it down this time.
I did get to meet Milo before the event, and I thanked him.
Oh, okay. Let me get that part. Did he have any reaction? Or was he disappointed?
No. Actually, before the event, when things were calm, I was able to meet Milo, and I shared with them that he gives me hope for the future generations to be able to listen and listen to different opinions and different views, draw your own conclusion from it.
See his paw.